Hi, Star Surfer here with the monthly, tarot and astrology reading for June 2023 for my Tauruses. Hello, Tauruses. How are you doing? This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. How y'all feeling? You doing good? Happy summer. This is late, but all of the rest of your monthly readings will come out promptly at the beginning of the month. Although I know you're a patient sign, so I appreciate your patience here with your monthly reading. Let's get into your astrology. You've waited long enough. As I was tuning into your chart, there's a lot working in your favor in this moment, in this season of your life. In terms of where planets are at in the sky, Venus, which is the divine feminine archetypal energy in astrology. It is the planet of beauty and connection, love, romance, value, and finances, as well as Mars, which is the divine masculine planet archetype and energy of drive, passion, go get it, provide. Both of these energies, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, Venus and Mars, are in Leo. If you are a Taurus rising, and Taurus is your first house, this means that Venus and Mars are in your fourth house. What does that mean, you ask me? The fourth house, every house of our chart, is associated with a specific area of our life. The fourth house is the base of the chart. It is the bottom wedge of pie. It is associated with home and family. Also childhood. But you have so much activation and energy in this area of your chart right now. What does that imply to me? What does that say to me when I tune into it? It says to me, Taurus, you innately have a very strong and accurate homing instinct. You know where you need to live, you know how it needs to look, you know who needs to be allowed in there, you know who needs to be kept out. But right now, that instinct is so strong and accurate. Trust that instinct. You should always trust it because you're a Taurus and home and homing is your thing. But right now, my God, trust it, follow it. Whatever messages or intuitions, whatever insights are coming to you around your home, trust them. If you practice any kind of house witchery, like clearing spaces or feng shui, any kind of that, make those adjustments now to make it a space that feels like yours, right? This is Leo in the fourth house. Leo is the energy of the self, right? It is unique, right? It will not bend to meet the standards of anyone else because it knows what it needs, it knows what it wants, and it will go and get it. So do this in terms of your home right now because this is what the energy of the universe is calling for you to do. Follow the instincts and passions you have around your home. Make it a space that's yours. I will say a little warning. My little bit of 2 cents here is that yes, listen to those instincts, but as I said, one of the planets in your house of home is Venus. Venus is about to retrograde. A retrograde period is a period of review. Anything that happens in a retrograde is going to have to be gone over again as the planet moves direct and passes over the same point. So, yes, tune into those instincts, trust them. But because of the retrograde, I would recommend do not make any big and hard to take back moves until October. So use this time from now, June, until October to kind of tune in to what is it that I want and need, me specifically, in terms of my home. Don't make any huge move right now, but know that come October, full speed ahead, let's go. Whatever you've been hearing between now and then, you will have solidified, it will be very clear to you, and you will not have to redo or review any choice you make in terms of if you need to move, if you need to kick someone out, if you need to move someone in, any of that, if you need a new bed, whatever it might be. I will say that is the warning, but again, your instincts in terms of home are always strong. Now they're super strong, that like even if you did make a decision, I highly doubt you would have to go back over it. But if it is like the finances are tight, or it involves a lot, maybe wait until October. Now, Jupiter is the planet that is associated with the energy of expansion, fortune, luck. It's kind of there to like blow our options wide open. Jupiter, this planet, this energy is in Taurus. It's in your sign. It's in your sign for a year until next spring. Go big, including in your home. You know, usually they say go big or go home. I'm saying go big in your home. Go big in your life. Whatever you're, feeling called to do, whatever adventure or change, whatever growth is calling to you right now, like go big. Trust that this is the time to do it because the universe will support it. Uranus, the planet of revolutionary and sudden change, of electricity, of seismic shift, sudden acceleration and progress, is also in your sign. Now, Uranus has been here for a long time, but I will say that Jupiter, the planet of expansion in your sign, and Uranus, the planet of revolution and sudden progress, are headed towards meeting at the same point in the sky next April 2024. What this tells me when I tune into it is that something is going to be building towards a peak, a climax, a height, a magnificence come next April. Use between now and then to really get revolutionary about how big you'll let yourself go. How much will you allow yourself to call in? How much do you trust that the impulses and desires that are being given to you by the universe are being given to you for a reason and you need to pursue them? Like, trust that because it's all building. You have this whole next year to really lean into that and see how far you can go. This is a time in your life when you can go farther than the last 12 years combined, right? All in this span right now. Start to get in tune with the messaging. Start to get in touch with the desires and start to take action, to meet those desires in the world. I just love your chart right now. I love it. There's so much opportunity here. The lunar nodes, right? Specifically the North Node, which is not an actual planet, but it is a point that astrologers associate with expansion, with hunger, with like drive, voracious drive towards something, towards achieving or accumulating something, is also in Taurus. All of this beautiful is in Taurus. Now, this is about to leave your sign. It's been here for the last year and a half. Something has been calling you to expand yourself and your understanding of yourself, the actions you're willing to take, right? So I want you to take a moment in this next month to really reflect on the past year and a half of your life. How has destiny been calling to you? Because I can guarantee it has been calling to you, right? What has happened? Who have you met? What events have unfolded in your life that feel, for lack of a better word, because this is the appropriate word, fated? How does the hand of fate feel like it has been playing a part in your life over the last year and a half? Start to clue into that, start to answer those questions for yourself, and this next year of your life, this growth that I'm telling you you need to pursue, will become much clearer. You'll see A to B to C, and then all the way ahead, right? And you can play the long game. You know patience, you know perseverance, you know dedication. Once you know that something is worth it, you will pursue it until it happens. So get clear about what are the things that are being shown are worth it, and then dedicate yourself to pursuing it. You need to get organized. You need to get organized. There are a lot of big moves calling for you to take them and make them, but they will come with accompanying challenging dynamics. So you need to be organized, but this organization and these inevitable challenges you will face in the pursuit of your desires, of your fate, of your destiny, of your calling, of your passion, of your dreams, will be worthwhile, right? They will require patience and tact, but again, this is something you know in your bones, in your blood. It will be worthwhile though. This is the time, Taurus, to lean in to fate, to lean in to you, to find the home, to find the sense of self, to find the identity, to find the choices that make your life what it was destined to be, what it is calling for you to make of it. Will you answer the call? Will you, once you answer the call, you won't look back. You'll see the rewards of pursuing what you are being called to pursue. So go after it. Chase it like your life depends on it. The rewards will be immense. It will ask much of you, but it will give even more. Okay? Let's pull some cards. Let's pull some cards. Before I do that, I will say that Jupiter was last in your sign 2011 to 2012. Think back to 2011 and 2012, that year. What was happening in your life? You might see echoes of it now, and that might help point you in the right direction. All right, let's pull some cards for my Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Again, that is a lot of people, so take the messages that resonate and leave the rest. But be willing to be open and curious. Taurus, 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 Taurus. Gotta pull some wild unknown animal spirits oracle deck. Get some animal medicine for y'all. Y'all are so closely related to the earth. You are an earth sign. So I feel like this could be incredibly resonant for you. How do you feel? You feel pretty good. You feel inspired. The issue I feel that is most common with Tauruses is that of inertia and momentum. When you're going, nothing can stop you. But when you stop, it's so hard to get started. This feels like something, and nothing is going to get started. You started except for you. No one's going to make you move. No one can make a bull, your representative, your image, move. You could get 18 people to shove against the back of a bull, but until it wants to get up and go, it's not moving. You are the same, but something tells me you have decided to move now. You've decided to move. You know it's time. Any messages for my Tauruses? Any messages for my Tauruses? I hope that this AC, it's so hot where I live, that this AC is not too loud. I'm gonna try to keep talking loudly so that you can hear it. This wanted to come out, because it was just plopped right on top of my hand. The bee. Reward for work, hard work. The busy bee. This feels to me like you have been putting in a bunch of effort, but you are starting to see the rewards. And if you aren't yet, keep putting in the effort. You are going to, because you know it's worth it. The rewards are coming if they haven't come yet. The feeling, I will say for me now as I tune into this, it feels like the feeling of success might come before the actual externality of success. That might, the circumstances of success. So that tells me do the work and you will feel an uplift, a benefit. You will feel energized because you know it's worth it and you know that the rewards will be coming. And when you raise your vibration in that way and trust and feel that like, this is the path, this is the work, this is the move, I know, I feel aligned, I feel elevated, I feel inspired and invigorated, you raise your vibration so that comes to meet you even quicker. This is where you are, right? You are in it to win it now. And even if you like on the surface of things or superficially haven't started winning it, like you're winning on the inside. All I do is win, 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 no matter what, right? Like you feel that, you know that that is your reality right now. don't, the mouse, anxiety. Do not let fears or self-doubt stop you from pursuing this work. There can be a way that if the way this is shaking out for you right now is that I've started on this path and I'm not quite seeing the rewards yet, there can be a way that anxiety can start to creep in the longer it goes on, of like, I'm doing this work and I'm not quite seeing the payoff yet. Anxiety can start to be like, because you're an idiot, you shouldn't, have done this. Like, how dare you think you can succeed in this? You need to find a way to quiet that voice so that you can continue pursuing this path, because I'm telling you, it will pay off. It will reward you if you believe in it. And because the minute you start to feel anxiety, the minute you start to worry about not getting the payoff here, what do? You lower your vibration. What can no longer meet you? This success, because we're in anxiety. We're in the past. We're stuck in fears about the future. Find a way to quiet this voice and to bolster your confidence, your sense of mission. Think about this like a mission. You are setting out on an expedition, and there will be challenges. I'm telling you now, there will be challenges. That is not to deter you. Well, it is to deter you if you don't believe in yourself. Let me say that. This anxiety is meant to stop you if you are going to let it. Basically, that's the only way. But if you let it, then it wasn't time. But this tells me it is time. So when this anxiety inevitably pops up and the challenges arise, quiet the anxiety, don't stop the work. Don't quiet the belief in self, like quell the fear. Quell the fear. Don't stop the work. Success might be smaller at first than you would like it to be, but even those small successes should be enjoyed, appreciated. You should have gratitude for all of those things. You should take the time to acknowledge and celebrate the small wins as you work your way towards the bigger and bigger wins. All right, let me show you what just fell out. The firefly, the frog, which has been coming out a lot this month. We're in a moment of release, and the snake. Firefly, opportunity, right? But one that is quick and needs to be taken advantage of as it's here and not slept on. Taurus, don't waste this opportunity because you are, one, either too anxious to take it. Again, I feel like these little moments of light are like this bright moments of opportunity. And if you stay in anxiety, you miss these windows of opportunity. These are only windows, right? They are not seasons of opportunity. They are windows of opportunity. If you do not complete some cycle here, the snake is, I feel in this moment, a reflection of completion and the shedding of an old understanding of the self that no longer suits you in this way you're being called to expand. This release of your old limitations, the way you accepted smallness in your understanding of yourself, will be emotional and cathartic. Let me acknowledge that. This is not something that arises out of the blue. I don't want to feel like you feel I'm trivializing this anxiety. This is very real, but it's old. It's old. This is the completion of a cycle. This will also you will devour yourself in the way the snake is if you lean into this anxiety. If you do not purge old and outworn modes of being so that you can embrace these opportunities, right? Not be too anxious to notice the small wins and the small opportunities, right? That will, as you work at them, as you embrace them, as you move towards them, will accumulate and gain momentum. Again, like I said, the issue, the dynamic with Taurus is always one of momentum versus inertia. This is inert, right? Not closing out the cycle will keep you inert, out of movement. This requires momentum and movement to take advantage of. This is an incredibly nimble and fluid and moving, swift energy. Release whatever energy is bound up in an old sense of self so that you can free up that energy to grasp hold of these opportunities instead of whiling away and wasting these opportunities being anxious, right? Note them, acknowledge them, be grateful for them once you follow through on them and see how they benefit you. Overall, the crocodile. A couple things I want to say. First, if this is going very smoothly for you right now, amazing. I'm so happy. You deserve it. Don't let that get you fooled into thinking that the path will be easy always. I see crocodile as submerged threat, hidden threat, lurking, looming danger. This road, this expansion, this pursuit of destiny will come with challenges if it isn't already yet. They are coming. They are coming. You do yourself a disservice, and this will be a full-blown panic attack if you think the road is going to be paved with gold the whole way. It will be rewarding regardless, even with the challenges, but it will be challenging. Know that this is true now. Know that if things are moving bada bing, bada boom right now, the challenge is lurking. So you can be prepared for when it comes, so you can get organized in a way that when it inevitably strikes, because this energy is striking, it's just waiting for the right moment. When it inevitably strikes, you have the systems and beliefs in place to accommodate it, to move through it or around it or over it, right? But certainly past it in whatever way you need to. This is requiring organization on your part now, especially if things are moving fluidly and easily and rapidly right now. Take advantage of that, the smooth sailing, to prepare for the inevitable periods of difficulty. If there is anything, an old and unhelpful belief that you haven't released, that is a skin that needs to be shed, a cycle that needs to be closed, a lesson that needs to be learned, and you don't do the work now of learning it, it's going to bite you in the ass come whenever. The next time it's triggered or activated. So do the work you need to do to put that sense of yourself to rest. The sense of you that is too anxious to make a move or too fearful to gain momentum. Put that person to rest. Again, this is a time to expand, to have faith, to prepare for challenges, but to know that you can move through them and that coming up against resistance will only fortify you and make you stronger, will clarify your mission, and the outcome will absolutely be worthwhile. But if you don't deal with this, you will sabotage yourself. You will miss the opportunities because you're stuck in an anxious and inert state that clearly you're being asked to purge and release, a cycle you're being asked to close. Okay? I didn't timestamp, dang. Okay. Let's get you some tarot cards. 9 of Cups, I like that. Like I said, you feel good. That's the wish fulfillment card. Whatever you want, go get it. This feels like you're feeling pretty good. So take advantage of that to get the momentum built. So that by the time things bada bing, bada boom, you've got the momentum. You don't need to worry about the inertia. All right. Any other messages or insights for my Tauruses? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. I'm going to say it feels like it's I'm glad you're getting this win right now, because there's probably been a bit of challenging energy in your field. Yeah, look what just fell out. The World in reverse. Do we see a similarity? I sure do. The World upright is the closing and finishing of a chapter, the shutting of a door, and it's an ending that allows for a new beginning. A lesson has been learned, wisdom has been gained that cannot be lost. In reverse, it tells me we're resisting the ending. We're not accepting the knowledge that this period of our life is asking us to pick up. We are not closing out a cycle, which will entail losing and shedding a skin, a way of being and thinking about ourselves that no longer suits us. It's time to close the loop. Finish the chapter, shut the door. Don't resist it, because if you resist it, you will miss this opportunity. You'll miss the wisdom, and the crocodile will bite you in the ass. Any other messages or insights for my Tauruses? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Ooh. We can make the choice now. 2 of Swords upright is a stalemate. We cannot make a choice. We're caught between a rock and a hard place. In reverse, it tells me we are able to make the choice now. If you're not able to make the choice, it's because you haven't closed the loop. You're not in the new, you're not in the present, you're not thinking forward, you're still stuck in the past. This is saying close the loop on the past, finish out what needs to be finished, and you'll easily be able to make the choice of your future. Easily be able to make the choice that is your future. If you've closed the loop, you know. You chose the future. Might not have been easy. In fact, these kind of lessons are never easy to gain. These kinds of insights are only ever hard won. But if this is in reverse, it tells me you won. You made the choice, you closed the loop, you got the knowledge. You're moving forward. Any other messages or insights for my Tauruses? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. Woo! You have the Tower and the 8 of Wands. Again, something has to close out. If you are resisting it, the universe is going to force your hand. A Tower moment is change and an ending where a hand is forced. None of these people look very happy about what's ending, right? If you resist this, if you resist the learning, if you resist making the choice, if you resist closing the loop, trust that the universe, this is a season of your life where the universe will force your hand. It will end it for you, or it will make you so miserable that you will have to end it. You will be left with no choice. Either way, the universe is forcing your hand. Whether the situation changes and it's out of your control, or whether you become so miserable that you have to change it, the universe is forcing your hand. You might as well learn the lesson, right? So you don't have to go through this. But trust that if you don't learn the lesson and refuse to close the loop, the universe will do it for you. The beauty here is, once you do that, you can make the choice. You're no longer stuck between past and future. You've chosen the future. And when you do that, 8 of Wands is acceleration. Quick, quick, quick. Firing, hitting targets, moving quickly, progress accelerating rapidly. Once you learn the lessons of the world, once you close the loop, or have it closed for you, but I sure know which one I would choose if I had the choice, and this seems to tell me you have the choice. Once you close the loop, once you finish it up, once you shed the skin, movement, progress, rapid growth, and acceleration. Why not just make the choice? Why not just close the loop? Why not just begin to move forward? You are part of you is just so stubborn. Stop being stubborn. I know that's a useless thing to tell a Taurus, but the Fool in reverse, the Fool upright, beginning a new journey, trusting that the universe will provide, that this is the thing you should do, not needing a lot to start out. And the first, step is going to be the hardest. He's walking off a cliff, but he trusts that he has everything he needs and that this is the path to take, and that if he does this trust fall, the universe will catch him. In reverse, we are not taking the first step. We are not walking off the cliff. We are not trusting that the universe will be there to catch us because this is the path we are meant to walk. Jump off the cliff. Close the loop. Or you will be pushed off the cliff. Okay? Stop being so stubborn about it. No one can force you except for clearly the universe. So make the choice for yourself to go after and do. Where you're at overall, I have the Six of Swords, a card of moving away and moving on. I feel as though you're resisting, if you are one of those watching that the world in reverse is applying and you are resisting closing the loop and moving forward, accelerating into your progress, into your future, it's because there is a grieving process entailed in this moving forward. Of course there is. You have the Frog, the card of emotional release and catharsis. Like, yes, this is sad, so take the time to grieve your old self, your old life, whatever you're leaving behind, because it's too small for you now, because it's too limiting, because it doesn't fit. Grieve. There is sadness there. But staying out of a decision does not keep you from sadness. It just keeps you confused and sad and frustrated. This is sad, but you are not making the journey alone, and you are moving towards calmer waters, right? Like the fire underneath that, right underneath that was the Page of Wands. A message of action, invigoration, you know, things being lit, a fire being lit. You have to move through the emotional release, the grieving process of your old life, shed the skin, close the loop, and then you can move. The spark is lit, right? The wheel is turning. The momentum is gained and reached. I mean, you got three crazy majors here. The Fool in reverse, the World in reverse, and the Tower. I'm gonna just say it. Stop resisting the ending and the beginning, or the universe will force it. Grieve having to leave something behind, but know beyond a shadow of a doubt, once you do, you can move forward rapidly and quickly into your future. It will be so rewarding. It will be so rewarding. All right, let's get you a little message from my Gaia Oracle book. Little parting message from Spirit here. See what they have to say, what to leave you with. My Tauruses, I'm excited for you. I know this is a scary moment and it does require grieving and release, a shedding, but you're moving into something so much better than whatever you're leaving behind. So much smoother and so much more aligned with you, who you are now. The situation you're leaving might have been great for who you were a year and a half ago, but it's not great for you anymore. Destiny is calling. How will you answer? One more. How will you answer? Challenge is inevitable, but worthwhile. Can I get a parting message for my... Okay, wow. Gaia, 5. The number associated with change, shift. What have we been talking about? It's also the card of like wisdom, knowledge, spiritual understanding. The card of the earth, my Tauruses, my earth signs, who are being called to change. Let me read that for you. The Gaia card is the most powerful card in this deck. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have such an opportunity here. I know there's fear, but trust that this opportunity is divinely gifted. It shows you that you have a deep spiritual connection to the earth and a deep spiritual understanding of life. Gaia, the Earth Mother, thanks you for the love and consideration you show towards her and the love you have for all living things. She encourages you to gently and lovingly share your wisdom and knowledge of the earth with others. Perhaps you may join with like-minded souls, not alone, to share your message of love, or you may choose to do practical things to help the earth restore her balance and well-being. You are a beacon of light. Remain that way. Share your knowledge and wisdom only with those that are ready to hear it, and do not fear the changes that are taking place. Don't fear the changes that are taking place. For all is evolving and unfolding as it should. All the earth needs is a little more love. All you need is a little more love for life, which is to say trust in life. You cannot separate them from each other. If you love life, and this tells me you do, you will trust it. You will leap off the cliff. You will leap towards your destiny. It will feel like you are leaping away, but you are actually leaping closer to yourself. Yes? Okay. Happy summer, my Tauruses. Talk soon.